Welcome into the Daily Fix. Hey, holiday time. Shout out to you on the Daily Fix. We're a day before Thanksgiving where I am about to put my body through hell. That's what I can
Me
do.
too.
Oh, I'm telling you, I'm trying to slide in and be better about my first plate to give myself a chance because that first plate it's a it's one of them ones on that commercial. Every time I see that commercial where they got that heavy duty plate, that's the one I need because my plate will fall apart if it ain't heavy duty enough. But this is the Daily Fix. I'm your host Ron Hughley. As we are on Foolish Club Media, presented by Foolish Club Media. Right there in that little box is Steve Serta, where he rightfully belongs. We appreciate however you're taking us in. If you're on YouTube, we appreciate you greatly for that. If you're on Twitter, however you're taking us in, we appreciate that as well. I do need you to head over to our YouTube page, Foolish Club Media, like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. Remember, if you do not do so, you're preventing my three children from eating. Not gonna hold you long on this beautiful, beautiful Wednesday, but um, what in the hell is happening? This has got to be one of the dumbest things, and I cannot wait to hear the explanation of this. It makes no sense. We'll get into that. Also, some Friday decisions that need to be made by the Chiefs. We'll get into that as well. But first, let's start here. Throw me my 2 minutes up there, Steve. As we head into the final 6 weeks of the season, is that where you're at right now? They got six left as they're sitting here at 10-1, and trying to make a run to the next to the playoffs in their third straight championship. To me, Steve, they've got some injuries, right? They've got Isaiah Pacheco, hopefully, who will return coming up on Friday against the Raiders. They've got Hollywood Brown, that's an outside chance to return, and we'll see how close he is to himself if he does return. Charles Omenihu. They've got other pieces that have a chance to return. But Steve, to me, Xavier Worthy is the most important player on this offense. The rest of the way, he, in my opinion, is the most important player on the offense. Not Travis Kelce. I know there's a flip the switch Travis Kelce on. I know there's thoughts of that. I know there's DeAndre Hopkins and how he grows. And I think all of those guys are very, very important. But to me, what leap or what steps forward in the offense Xavier Worthy takes from here to whenever the Chiefs season ends, to me is the most important part. Because right now, the Chiefs are working in a tight offensive space. And we see it. Their plays start to run from Kareem Hunt's 2-yard runs to 8-yard catches and things like that. And maybe Pat might mix in, some runs here. And every once in a while, there's a play over 10 yards. But they are operating in a efficient thing. They don't have very many outs, and their margin for error is really, really small. And we see time and time again a holding penalty ends drives for this team. A loss of yards in drives for this team. And that's why they need chunk plays and they need big plays. And the guy that has that element to bring, and we've seen it open, they have just not connected, or for whatever reason, it hasn't come to fruition. But we have seen that there's an ability there, and they need an out, and they need a thing to kind of help their margin for error be bigger. And to me, the biggest thing is down the stretch is Xavier Worthy, because you have said this time and time again, Serta. They don't have a lot of easy stuff. And to get the ball in his hands on crossers or whatever, or down the field, that he can create easier life. And I think he can create easier life for the other guys in front of him if they were to connect on these things. So to me, wherever he is by the time the season ends, the next 6 weeks of the regular season, to me, Xavier Worthy is the most important player on this team.
Yeah, and quietly against the Panthers, I really liked how they deployed Worthy in that game. Like, didn't finish with a huge stat line or anything, but had some nice catches and was a little bit more involved in the offense. And his numbers really aren't that far off from where Rashee Rice was, kind
At
of
this time.
down at this point in the season last year. So it's just, can you just connect on a couple more big plays a game? Can you try to find a way to implement his speed and create some chunk gains? And then I think you get Isaiah Pacheco back and you add that explosive element to it. And then all of a sudden, this Chiefs offense looks like it is moving in the right direction.
Yeah, and you brought it up. Rashee Rice sort of ended up being the most important part to that offense. Now, Travis Kelce came on and was the key, but the key that opened up Travis and the key that changed this offense was Rashee Rice taking a step at, as you said, this part of the season. That explosive nature of this offense, they just don't have that element, and he is the guy that brings that element. You can't depend on Hollywood Brown, one coming back and then coming back and immediately being that. To me, he is most important. All right, Serta, this is the dumbest thing ever. Travis Hunter and Deion Sanders went crazy about this, as he should have. Like, I think Deion has probably fairly or unfairly sort of done things and said things and put himself in a space that I think at times has won written checks that his kids aren't ready to cash, especially last year. And also just I think some people in the media and some people don't like Deion and don't like the way Deion's going about his business, and some of his players get punished for it, fairly or unfairly. This here is the most ridiculous thing I've seen. Travis Hunter, who is currently the front runner to win the Heisman. They brought out their finalists for college football awards. The Thorpe Award. Do you know what the Thorpe Award is, Tyler? I mean, Tyler or Serta, whoever you are. Do you know what the Thorpe Award is? The Thorpe Award goes to the best defensive back in college football. Here are the finalists. Jahdae Barron for Texas, Caleb Downs for Ohio State, and Malik Starks for Georgia. Those are the three finalists. Travis Hunter, Serta, is a finalist for the Player of the Year. He is a finalist for the Bednarik Award, which gives it to the best defensive player in college football. The position he plays is corner, which is a defensive back, but he didn't get nominated or is a finalist for the Thorpe Award. That makes absolutely no sense, and it's the dumbest thing you've ever heard of. And I agree with Deion when he said yesterday, this completely makes this award shouldn't be taken serious. It makes this award just feel watered down and silly. If who you believe is Player of the Year, front runner of the Heisman, Defensive Player of the Year, he's a finalist for that. But the position he plays, he somehow is a finalist for that. It's the silliest thing in the world. He should win all of these awards. And how he is left out. And I'll be honest with you, I don't even know if I know any of these other guys that are nominated as finalists for the.
I'm sure they're good players.
Oh, I'm sure they are. But how can you be a corner and be a finalist? And he is going to probably win the Heisman and the finalist for all the other awards and not come in for the position you play as a finalist. It's the stupidest thing. Deion said he's going to give him his Thorpe Award when he won at Florida State because it's just up there collecting dust. Words from Deion Sanders. It is like, I just don't even know what the explanation would be that he would not make the finalist.
It's who decides who the candidates are for this award. Like,
I don't know. It's idiots.
Is it former winners, or is it another stupid thing where like the AP press decides? Like, it's simply because he's a two-way player, I would have to imagine, because he plays on offense and defense. For whatever reason, they're discounting what he has done as a defensive back because he's been incredible this season.
Okay, but if you are going to be a finalist, Steve, for the Defensive Player of the Year award, He's a finalist for the Bednarik Award that goes to the best defensive player in football. How are you not a finalist at the position that you play on defense? Like, that's the part that makes no sense. You mean to tell me that he's going to win? He could win Defensive Player of the Year, but not be one of the best 3 defensive players at the position that he plays? Like, what are we talking about?
He's
here?
trying to make a few other kids feel good about their seasons.
Well, send him a letter. Send him a medal. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, to me, they said, I just feel like they sat in a room and said, how can we set Dion off? Here we go. I got it. Let's sneak this one past. And it certainly did work. All right. Final thing for me. Andy Reid doesn't have to worry about this. Andy gets to do whatever the hell he wants to do. But I think since the Chiefs are playing the Raiders on Black Friday, and it's a 2:00 ball game too, so this is an early one. This isn't a night game. It's a 2:00 ball game. This is a real thing on how the players handle their food. This is a real thing, and this goes to everybody. Like, I mean, this is a deal. Like, to me, I know the Trey Smiths of the world. You look at it for them and all that, but like the receivers, the corners, or whatever. Like, this is a real big thing on how they attack this. Because I'm telling you what, Steve, I'm eating on Thanksgiving, and to me, I don't know that I have the ability not to eat on Thanksgiving and get after it. Like, I know maybe there's some people who probably are going to wait till after Friday to do it with their families, or maybe they did it Wednesday. Probably not, because of the game is on Thursday. But to me, you don't play on Friday. It's Thanksgiving. We're around family and stuff. I'm not getting turkey and dressing. I'm not getting some yams, some macaroni and cheese, some greens, some rolls, some pecan pie with a little bit of vanilla ice cream on it, and have that pecan pie just a little bit warm so that ice cream melts on it just so slightly. Like, I'm telling you, this is going to be a time. And Andy, you know he's going to be on it. Like, Andy probably walk over now. Look, Trey, come on, man. Creed, come on, man. Like, we need you. Chris, we need you.
Yeah. I don't think he gets to do that. I don't think that when the players are forced to play on Black Friday, like, I think they just get to eat whatever they want. I got to go to 2 Thanksgivings this year, and I am going to eat at both of them. Like, now, I've been eating healthy all week to save up for how much I'm going to eat on Thursday.
Now, Steve, I don't know if that is the right angle of taking it either, of just saying, since we are forced to play on Black Friday, we're just going to do whatever the hell we want to do. Like,
they're happy about it. They're like, just make us play on Thanksgiving Day. You're going to make us play Thanksgiving week. Make us play on Thanksgiving. Why we got to play on Black Friday?
But they still need to win the game and be at their best, sort of. So, I mean, the thought of just saying to hell with it, man, I'm a 3-plate guy throughout the day, and I'm just going to do it. And they get up there and show up at that facility sluggish as all get out. Like, that's not a good thing, too. You know Andy's on them. But, yeah, lying, man, I'll be in there, too. Boy, I don't know. I wouldn't be able to control myself. And I don't believe that Creed Humphrey can do it either. And Courtney,